Conditional statements. So in the conditional statements, we have to talk about if else, nested if. These are all the we have conditional statement. So next we have a loops. We have do while, for, and for each. These are all the loop statements we have. And then we have branching statements. We have break, continue, and return. And we have switch case. This is also similarly like your conditional statements. When we have a nested if, multiple ifs, so that particular scenario, we will go for a switch case. We'll see one by one. So what is this conditional statement? This if, how it works when there is a condition. I want to check whether the condition is true or false. This particular scenario, we can go for a if loop, if block. Okay. So how? Let's see now. Let me go to a Visual Studio. So I will go to Visual Studio. So here I'll go to my console application. Console.writeline, enter first number. For example, there is a number, right? So I'm entering some number, or enter your age. So once user enters the age, here we are reading and assigning to the integer. So I want to check what is the age. If age is greater than 0, then I want to display valid age. So now this is the condition. This is the if block. After if is the keyword. After if, we have to put the condition. Inside the condition, we are going to print the statement. If the condition is true, then only it will come inside the loop and print the statement. So how this sequence will work? For example, I have a so one statement enters here. So this is my expression or condition. Okay, once we have a condition, if it is true, if it is true, condition is true, then it will print the statement. or enter to the if block. Inside the block and executes the code. So let's enter inside the block and executes the code. So now, for example, if this is false, if it is a false, then ends. So it is going to end. Okay. So it will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop once condition is false, right? So if the condition true, it will go inside and come out of the loop. So if condition is false, then it will come out of the loop. Here also, after execution, it will ends. So this is how the if statement will work. Once it will check the condition. If condition true, it will print the statement. If condition false, it will come out of the loop. So this is how if statement will work. Now let me keep a debugger here. Let me run this program. So now enter your age. So I'll enter the age 10. Ask user to enter age. I'll enter age 10. What's happening? Something is. Let's do the clean solution. Build solution. Build the program. F10. $44. So now what is the age? 44, which is greater than 0. It will come inside the loop and prints it's a valid age. So this is how your if statement will work. If statement will work this way. So next. So enter this. Now, what else we have? If else. For example, now I have, let me rerun the program. Enter age -1 or 0. I'll give 0. I click on enter. So what is the condition here? Age greater than 0. Now the condition is false. What is happening? It's not going inside the loop. It is coming out of the loop. Since condition is false, it will come out of the loop and it's get ends. Are we getting any output? No, because we don't know what's happening, right? While seeing the output, user, I'm telling. Okay, so that's why we need a else block. If else, if condition is true, it will go inside the if block. If condition is false, then it will come to the else block. It prints console.write line invalid age. Age. Please enter valid age. Got it? So now what will happen? Let's run now. Enter your age. Yes, 5. Click enter. So what is the age now? -5. Check the condition. Condition false. It will come out of the else block. Let's print whatever there in the else block. What is the output here? Invalid age. Please enter valid age like this. This is called if else block. So now I have to tell about the nested if. So what is this nested if? If, and there is one more thing, else if. What is this else if? For example, if you want to add one more condition, if else if age is less than or equals to 0, invalid age, or age is, or here you add one more condition, else if age is greater than 150 console.write line. Age must be below 150. So like this, I want to check one more condition. So else if, this is called if suppose condition is true, it will go inside. For example, I gave age 200. Now it will comes here. Execute this block. Okay, if I give negative, it will go to else block. Now let's run this. Ask user to enter your age. So now user want to enter some number. I'll give 200. Click on enter. So now the condition age is greater than 0. So it is a valid age. So now there is one issue. So since it entered the if block, it won't come to else, because if it is this is fail, then only it comes here. Okay. Now what we need to, this condition should be at first. Okay. Now this works. First only we are checking that. Run now. Enter your age. One 51. Age must be below 150. So it comes here. So let's take one more example. This is else if. So for example, or enter your marks based on the marks. If marks greater than or equals to 90, you got grade A. If else if marks greater than 80, you got grade B. Else if greater than 70, you got grade C. Else you got grade D. And on top of this, I need to check if the marks are greater than 0, then only valid, otherwise invalid. Okay. So how to check this? If marks equals to 0 or less than or equals to 0, invalid marks. So like this we need to put. So else means if user enter everything, all the blocks, it should be within the else block. Like this. So this is called your if else. Now let's run this. Enter your marks. So enter your marks. For example, 55 is my marks. So where it will go? Condition false. It is also false. This also false. He fall into, you got grade D. Like this, it is going to work. So this is called if else block. So how nested if will work? If inside a if you write, that is called a nested if. This is so if inside the if you write one more if, that is called nested if. How? Let's see now. So here I'll ask user to enter a number. If number is greater than 0, I want to write one thing. If number divisible by 2 equals to 0, I have to give this is a even number. Else this is odd number. Now if level 1, this is level 2, there are 2 if blocks. So this is called nested if. If inside one more if. So for example, if you want, you can have again one more within this. This is called nested if. So if inside a if is called nested if. So now, so usually it's better to stop at level 2. This is level 1, level 2. If you have more than like this, better to go for a switch case because of the it will impact on the performance. So this is how nested if will work. Now let's run this. I'll remove the debugger, directly I'll run it. Enter a number 100, which is a even number. Enter a number 51, which is a odd number. So this is how nested if will work. So next we have the loops. How these loops will work? For example, what are the loops we have? Do while loop, for loop, and for each loop. So now let's see how this do while will work. For example, I have to write a do while loop. So now there is a requirement for me, print numbers from 1 to 10. This is my requirement. Now how can I do this? So I want to iterate the numbers from 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 or 100 to 1. Okay, however we want. So this particular scenario, what I do, I'll use the do while. So how do while will work? First do int I equals to 0. I will initialize one value. Okay, from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10 I want to print, or 1 to 10. Let's declare the 1. I is 1. Do console dot write line I do this. Next, I plus plus iteration while I is greater than or equals to 10. Till this many time I want to repeat the loop. So how this will work? Let's keep a debugger here. I'm going to keep a debugger here. So this is my window. I have the debugger here, right? In the main method. So now let me run this program. So first time it is going to initialize with 1. And what it is doing, it is going to print I value. What is the I value now? 1. It is printing I. So which is 1. So it's printed 1, right? Now it is doing I plus plus. What is I plus plus? I plus plus means I equals I plus 1. Okay. Similarly, I minus minus means I equals to I minus 1. Okay. So why I am giving I here? Anything you can give. You can give A, you can give B, or you can give your name. Anything you can give. But just I declared one variable. So how I have declared one variable? Data type, integer. So by default, if you don't specify anything here, by default, this variable will consider as a private. Now, this is the do while loop. So within the do condition, we are going to print the statement. Then we are doing the iteration. So during that iteration, we'll do the increment I plus plus I equals to I plus 1. This is how we'll do the increment. And then now what is I value? 1. After this, it will become I plus 1, 1 plus 1, which will become 2 now. See the value I 2. Okay. So now it will check the condition. I is greater than or equals to 10. Then repeat. Okay. So condition fail here because we have given greater than or 10. So now I is 1 which is less than 10. That's why it got failed. So instead of this greater than, what I need to give? Less than. If till I reaches 10, till that time, let's continue this. Now, let me run this. First time, I is 1. Print the 1. Increment. I will become 2. Condition true. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I value is 9 now. It will go here, check the condition. I is 9. It will print the I value, which is 9 now. I became 10. Greater than, less than, or equals to, means still equals to, it will iterate. I is 10 now. So now I value will become 10 plus 1, which is 11. So now the condition will fail. It will come out of the loop. This is called do while loop. So for example, how to write a while loop? Simple. The while condition should become first. I have to remove this semicolon, which is important in do while. Here, this much only. Now run it. We will get the same out. We will get the output from 1 to 10. So now what is the difference between while and do while loop? This is while loop. This is while and this is do while. What is the difference? Here, you see, first it is printing. Okay. First it is printing the statement, because here console.writeLine, first it is printing, then it is checking the condition in the do while loop. But for while loop, first it will check the condition, then it is printing. So now what is the difference? Okay. So let's take both. Int I equals to 1. This is while loop. Console.writeLine while loop slash. This is similarly like your new line. Next, console.writeLine we are giving. Oh, no need. You can print here. So here slash and this is while loop. Here first we'll do the do while loop. How do while loop will work? The while, it has to go attend. First do has to come, and then at end while there is a semicolon like this. Now while loop. So while will come here. There won't be semicolon, and this is how. This is while loop. Now let's run and see the output.